Hello and welcome back to a conversation about Hinduism, demystifying rituals and symbolisms of Hinduism. And if you have any questions, please write in the comment box and I will try my best to answer them. And we will be continuing a conversation with my daughter Anuva. And if you like this video, please like and share to the video and subscribe to my channel if you would like to be notified of more videos like this.
So this time I wanted to ask about the role of polytheism in Hinduism. I think everyone knows that Hinduism is obviously a polytheistic religion. We have multiple gods. There's a misconception that us Hindus have a god for pretty much any inanimate object that could exist in this world. But my question is mainly about growing up with you. I have understood Hinduism to be that you have different gods that serve different purposes almost. If you're in need of health or wealth or whatever, there's different prayers and gods you can pray to. But I've also come across people who identify as Shivites or Vaishnavites or wear a particular god on their necklace or on their body. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about how that polytheism works with people who identify with one sect or one god or worship one god throughout their lives within Hinduism.
Right. This is a really rich question which has a lot of aspects that I would like to address. First of all, Hinduism is not a polytheistic religion, even though it is most commonly mistaken to be that. In fact, Hinduism believes in a very, very the philosophy is almost at a quantum level, quantum physics level. It talks about this unified field, this one infinite energy which is called the Brahman, which creates and permeates and pervades everything. And it's a very impartial energy. It is not a personal energy, but it is very difficult for common people, especially uneducated people, to grasp this concept. So the beauty about Hinduism is that it transitions from a personality-based religion or ultimate reality to a principle-based ultimate reality. So having said that, there is this universal energy which is called the Brahman, and we believe that Hindus, a part of one segment of Hindu belief that Advaita Hinduism, that there is no difference between that energy, that unified field, and us. Of course, there are many layers between us, but we are one and the same. But having said that, to explain that to the common people, how they can take that information and help them in day-to-day matters and bring it to the realm of religion, because what I was talking about is spirituality. It's about spirit, it's about energy. In fact, E equals mc square beautifully describes that quantum level Hinduism. Energy and mass, it creates a relationship between energy and mass. Given the right circumstances, energy can become matter and matter can become energy. So that is at the quantum level. But it's very difficult to explain that to children, to villagers, to uneducated people. So they have built up these fantastical stories and mythologies to take these very, very complex ideas of consciousness and energy and make them personalized. But when you grow to a certain level intellectually and you start questioning these stories, because literally they don't make sense, you can't be caught there, then you have to delve into the scriptures, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras and the Vedas to understand the quantum level physics. So what they say is, from that unified field of energy, it cannot manifest anything because it is everything. So once it wants to manifest in this world of name and forms and matter, it splits into two energy: a masculine energy, feminine energy, positive energy, negative energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy. Basically two energies that combine with each other to create everything else in the world. And how does the process of creation begin? This is the trinity of the gods, the Brahma, the Vishnu, the Maya. And what most people don't understand is these are not...
What's the third one? Brahma, Vishnu,
and Shiva. These are not different gods. There is only one energy, but that energy has three. To create anything, you need three types of power. The power to generate, the power to operate, and the power to dissolve when it doesn't serve you anymore. So that is God, G-O-D, the power, creative power, the sustenance power, and the dissolution power. power to dissolve something that does not serve itself, or it's become toxic, or you want to transcend and create something better. So that's and these are called like and when you said, you know, the Brahma, I mean the Shiva and Vishnu, there are three main sects of in the religion. One is Shaivism. So Shiva and his family, that is the Devi, the female, the divine goddess energy. And then there is Ganesha and Kartika and so many other people associated with Shiva. Then there's the Vaishnavism, which is all the Dasavatars, the 10 avatars of Vishnu, and then Lakshmi and energies like that. And then we have the Shakta tradition, which is just the Devi, the divine feminine. So you have Shaivism about Shiva, Vaishnavism, which is about Vishnu, and Shakta, which is Shakti, which is power. So you also have to understand these are not gods sitting out there. These are energies that we have given a name and form to explain what it is. The Shiva energy is the mental energy, the intellect, the ability to think. Vishnu energy is your emotional energy, the ability to feel your emotions. And the Brahma energy is your visceral feeling, the subconscious part of it. So that's why we don't worship, as you will know, you must not have visited too many Brahma temples anywhere.
I think there's just one, right?
Yeah, one in the south and one in the north, or maybe just one in the south. So Vishnu and Shiva are like, it's like asking you to choose which is more important, your brain or your heart.
That's why I'm asking, because to me each god serves an equally important function. Your wealth, your health, your
yes,
whatever.
no, but that also is going a little further down. But here let's figure out the Vishnu and Shiva energy, because to create anything you need emotions and you need your ability to think, because everything whatever we think we create, whatever we feel we attract, and whatever we visualize we create. Whatever we think we become, whatever we feel we attract, and whatever we visualize we create. So Shiva energy is your ability to think, the mental and intellect. Vishnu energy is basically the energy to feel emotion, and emotion is what? Energy in motion. So you need, and in our stories, Shiva actually prays to Vishnu and Vishnu prays to Shiva. They want to make sure that there is no conflict at that level. But as with anything else, people like to say me and mine and yours. It's different. You and yours. That's where the conflict starts. There is no God out there. And now coming to the other many gods, it's just, you must have heard the stories of this 6 blind men trying to figure out an elephant. You know, in your primary school, you must have heard. So there was an elephant and there were 6 blind men, and they're trying to figure out what is this thing. Whoever held the person who held that rope said it's the tail said it's a rope. The one who held the leg said it's a pillar. The leg that the person that held the trunk said it's a tree trunk. The one that held the body said it's a wall. So it's like that. But taking it a little bit deeper, there are so many different kinds of energies that we can harness to serve our needs. And the Hindu people have given it a name and a form. They are not gods. So if you think that if you in a society to live, you need a doctor, you need a lawyer, you need engineers, you need so many different accountants, you need a policeman. You can't go to a doctor and say, okay, I need legal advice. So your mind process cannot be that. Similarly, they have created these personalities around different energy things. So if you are thinking of, if you say, what you think is what you become. So if you want to think about prosperity or abundance, they've created this Lakshmi. Now Lakshmi is not a woman. She's seen pressing Vishnu's feet. It is not a woman. Many people interpret that saying that in Hinduism women are relegated to her. No, she is abundance, and abundance and money is supposed to serve us. We are not supposed to serve money. So that is to say, they've created this idea and imagery about abundance. That is Lakshmi. Now you don't care much about money and wealth. You care about higher education and knowing, raising your awareness and your intelligence. Then they've created the imagery of Saraswati. And likewise, there are different gods for different energies. And depending on what it is that you're trying to work towards, you have that imagery. There are mantras around it, the imagery and temples to help you visualize what it is. They are not different gods. It goes back to the Trinity, and the Trinity goes back to the unified field. So there is only one energy. And that's
being
why in
portrayed in different
Hinduism,
fashions.
they don't say that God is different and devil is different, because if God created everything, he created devils too.
Yeah.
So it is not a question of devil or God, it's a question of there is always matter and antimatter. Unless in the manifest world, in the world of names and form, there has to be two energies. Everything can be understood in context to its opposite.
Yeah.
So if you want to understand God, you have to create the imagery of devil. If you understand heat, you have to have cold. You cannot understand dark unless you think of light. Cannot understand joy unless you create sadness or in that context. So that's where it is. But it is one and the same energy. You cannot, think about it in the concept, analogy of your body. Each cell is like a person. Now, it is part of the whole human being that you are. One cell cannot think I'm different from that. And then you can't have the heart is more important than the brain, or the brain is more important than the liver. It's not that. They have to work together to have this universe. Your world, your universe is created every time you open your eyes. Through your thoughts, your personality creates your personal reality.
Yeah.
And every time you go to sleep, your world ends. And this is what we call in Hinduism the cyclical time. There are three stages: Shrishti, which is creation; Sthiti, which is preserving what you have created; and Pralaya,
Destruction.
Dissolution, not just destroying, because people get very worked up when they hear the word destroy. So every time you wake up, you are creating your world. And throughout the day, you're maintaining whatever you want to create, you want to maintain it. And the minute you close your eyes and go into deep sleep, you've gone into dissolution.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts. Except that when you get up, in this personality, your memory is intact.
Yes.
So that's why this is called one lifetime. The minute you cannot recall your memories at all, that is another lifetime. When you transcend, you leave this body, it's like dropping a cloth. It's changing worn out old cloth. You drop it and you wear a different outfit. Similarly, the Hindus believe that once all the lessons that you wanted to learn in this lifetime, when it's done, you drop the body and you move on to a different lifetime.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it was wonderful. We will come back with more questions, and we would appreciate if you comment on and let us know what you thought, and if you would like us to address some other issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you.